the Attorney General is stonewalling?
I think he was. We saw the exact same pattern of refusing to answer questions, but not actually invoking executive privilege, and they can't have it both ways. If they want to invoke executive privilege, they can do that. But if they're not going to do that, they have to answer our questions.
I think he answered a lot of questions. I don't know of any question he didn't answer. Well, he didn't talk about executive privilege. He talked about the need for a member of the cabinet, in this case the Attorney General, to be able to have conversations with the president that don't find its way into the public domain. That is, there isn't a president in the history of the United States that has not had that expectation, unless those conversations are about wrongdoing, of which there is no evidence. About Russia? Well, nothing, because Jeff Sessions is recused from it, so he's not supposed to even know anything about other than what's in the public domain. We learned a lot more about his version of the February 14th meeting, which Director Comey characterized one way, and General Sessions had a different recollection of it. I think it's important to put aside what didn't happen and establish what didn't happen. So again, we have the time and the focus on what did. We don't have a videotape of it, so there's really no way to deduce. You have two people who, under oath, two people that I have found to be truthful and honorable, under oath, give a different testimony about what exactly happened after the fact. I'm not sure we'll ever be able to determine. But in the end, that doesn't go to the heart of the investigation. Whether he responded or not doesn't go to the heart of the Russia investigation. It's just a question of whether or not Comey took his complaints to the right person and whether or not Sessions responded in an appropriate way. But it in no way impacts our fundamental goal here, and that is to identify and lay out Russian interference efforts. I think he answered every question he thought he could, as truthfully as he possibly could, to the extent he had a recollection on it. Obviously, there are issues that he wasn't going to get into, because as Attorney General and as a member of the Cabinet, he doesn't feel it's appropriate to outline in great detail every conversation he's had with the President of the United States. He obviously doesn't keep notes the way Director Comey did either. That there's a sharp disagreement over what happened on February 14th, in terms of how that played out, but more importantly, that in his time on the campaign, he didn't interact with anybody he thought was trying to influence him. He didn't have anything other than the 2 meetings with the ambassadors, which he recalls were unremarkable, and that, by and large, he's out of the loop on the Russia investigation because he's recused from it.